I'm not sure a Saints blowout win has ever been less fun to watch than this one. John Elway and the Broncos broke the NFL's COVID protocols, so the league made an example out of them, and then we all had to watch it. We start our four takeaways with a terrific defensive effort that really didn't say a lot. Now, Denver did only gain 112 total offensive yards, which does drop the Saints' average allowed to 284 a game. That is the best in the NFL. The Saints should feel very good about that number, and in the last 4 games, they have given up exactly 1 total touchdown or just 7 points a game. That's spectacular, but what happened Sunday really doesn't count. Kendall Hinton and the Broncos offense was just so bad that honestly, any NFL defense could have stopped the Broncos. The NFL forced the Broncos to put an embarrassing offensive product on the field. At number 3, Taysom Hill's great Sunday. I think you got to give him an incomplete. Hill's numbers were terrible. He threw for just 78 yards with a quarterback rating of 43.2. That is really bad, but Sean Payton took the blame. He said the Saints went so conservative, knowing what Denver had on offense, that you can't blame Taysom Hill for not putting up better numbers. That is at least partially true, but Hill also wasn't particularly good. In his 2 starts now, Hill's quarterback rating is 88.9, which in a full season would be 25th best in the NFL. Not great. The jury is still out. At number 2, the Saints are playing big boy football in a really impressive way right now. Sunday, with the Broncos so obviously inept on offense, Sean Payton dialed back his play calling. He went super conservative. It did not take long for anyone to figure that out. The point is, a pretty good Broncos defense knew the Saints were going to run the ball right at them. The Saints did, and Latavius Murray and company still had a boatload of success. They ran it 44 times for 229 yards. That's over 5 yards a carry. This and this are season highs, and that's 7 games now this season in which the Saints have rushed for more than 120 yards in the game. They only did that 3 times all of last year. Big boy football is who this team is, and they're good at it. And number 1, this game honestly will just go down as a COVID mess. If you go back 3 months, we honestly didn't know how the virus would affect actual games. It seemed very possible that teams could be missing entire position groups in a game, and that the virus would drastically affect a lot of games. But as it turns out, the NFL has had to move times and dates around, but the actual competitive balance in a ball game has not been affected by the virus. That is, until this game. As COVID positives rose across the league, the NFL clearly wanted to drop the hammer. Of course, they penalized the Saints, a draft pick, for an unmasked locker room celebration, and they forced the Broncos to play a football game without a quarterback. Denver never had a chance Sunday. The NFL made sure of that. That is an extreme penalty designed to send a message league-wide. My hope is NFL teams listen, because I don't ever want to see another game like this one. It just wasn't any fun. And that is my number 1 takeaway from the ridiculous ball game in Denver.